have an issue. There's an issue. This is one issue around here. This is one. We live in a fucking amazing neighborhood in Florida. It is so nice. The ocean is several blocks away. This is the rich area. That's how I say. It's not the rich area. It's just a normal neighborhood like anywhere else. But it's like, compared to where I grew up in New York, this is like a step up. Let's go out and look.
That's my little guys. How you doing this morning? Daddy's got allergies. How about the men's? He's got all the love for Daddy. Thank you, my bud.
Hey everyone, what's going on? What's going on with you folks? Please, before I say anything further, I have these terrible allergies from, I'm not sure exactly what, but I have been sniffling and sneezing all morning and afternoon. Does anybody supplement with vitamins? Has anyone been doing that since COVID or maybe before? We're taking vitamin C, vitamin D, E, folic acid, collagen, iron, magnesium, fish oil. There's a few others in there. We take a whole bunch of pills now. Zinc, doing it on a daily basis. I feel like it makes a difference. It helps my mood a little bit, but it's definitely strengthening my immune system. Stephanie and I have been trying to stay on top of each other to make sure that we do that. Does anybody else take any vitamins? We should have been doing it a long time ago. I feel like I'd probably be a stronger, healthier 45-year-old if I had been doing it since I was a baby boy. Just fixing up this house. Any homeowners out there, it feels like the only way forward in America besides getting a job or besides having a successful company is property ownership, making it better. Hopefully the valuation goes up, then you can sell it at a profit later on down the road, but then you gotta find another place to live. So that's always an issue. We recently painted our master bedroom and then the laundry room, which was really, really ugly beige, kind of like light colored crap. Stephanie chose a really nice color for our master bedroom, and I'd love to show you folks, so comment down below if you'd like to see that in a future video. She's not here right now. She's out running some errands. She should be back within the next 30 minutes. So hopefully we'll get to say hi to her before we're done here, which would be fun. And I'm gonna get to see her anyways, even if she doesn't show up on the camera. So I'm the lucky one here. Good old lucky Lucchese. So, there's an issue I want to talk about here. I'd like to give some backstory first. I've never been very good at public speaking, and I've always been fearful that I cannot keep an audience's attention. Whether I can or I can't, I'm not sure. But I've always had this deep down fear of not satisfying whoever I'm talking to. This happened when I was learning Spanish, when I lived in Spain when I was 20 years old. I feel like I could just read somebody's body language because I was learning the language, so I wasn't speaking as quickly as the rest of the natives, and you could just feel, I could just feel that people were bored with what I was saying, or we can project what we're going to say before the end of the sentence comes. And even backtracking further in my life, I was class president when I was in 8th grade, again when I was in 10th grade. I had to make speeches for those, I'm sure. I can't even remember, but I'm sure I had to make a speech in 8th grade. And I took those days for granted. I never really considered being class president a significant achievement, even though our class was 330 plus people in high school. Anyways, I just can read a person's body language when they're not satisfied with something that I'm saying, which probably is the reason why I'm good at YouTubing, because nobody's here and I don't have to read anybody's body language. I can just focus on what I'm saying and nobody's giving me the shrug or the look away or the slouch. I have an issue. There's an issue. This is one issue around here. This is one. We live in a fucking amazing neighborhood in Florida. It is so nice. The ocean is several blocks away. This is the rich area. That's how I say. It's not the rich area. It's just a normal neighborhood like anywhere else. But it's like, compared to where I grew up in New York, this is like a step up. People here are friggin' amazing. People wave at each other, they don't know who they are. They're not working at the corner store, they're just in their property, or they're just walking on the street and we just wave. Everyone seems to be happier. For the most part, people are in a good mood, or the weather helps, I guess. I got good neighbors on both sides. For the most part, I got great neighbors, actually. They take care of their properties and they don't make too much noise. There's one issue though. When Stephanie and I bought this house in 2019 and we moved in, there was a pair of very older, elderly folks living on one side of us. Shortly after we moved in, the lady died, and then the man sold the house after that. And then, of course, we received new neighbors. The older gentleman who sold the house was 87 years old when he left, and the new guy came in with the family. He's about my age. Come to find out, I get along great with the new guy, but in the beginning there was an embarrassing moment when he didn't pick up the dog shit in between the houses for weeks. It was there for so long, it had mold growing all over it. We have a chain link fence, so even though it's on his side, it's right there near where I go out every day to put the trash out. Weeks and weeks went by, the dog shit didn't get picked up. I don't see them very often, and then fresh dog shit appeared and he didn't pick that up either. Then one morning on a Saturday, Steph and I are laying in bed and I hear a chainsaw. And I wait till later in the afternoon to go out and see what's going on. They were cutting down a tree, a small tree, right in the exact area where all the dog shit was. Later on in the evening, I go out, I wanted to see what it looks like, but really I just wanted to see if he picked up the dog shit. They cleaned up the entire tree, brought it out to the curb, and none of the dog shit got picked up at all, which meant they were stepping in dog shit while they were cutting the tree down and then tracking it through their house, him and his wife, their entire day. None of the dog shit got picked up at all. What the fuck is that all about? We're talking like 4 or 5 piles of dog shit at this point. In a patch of grass, no lie, that's 1 meter by 2 meters. Because their backyard is mostly cemented and they have a pool just like we do. And then they have a bigger patch of grass on the other side with a separate fence halfway through their yard where their dog usually goes, where they probably clean up and keep that area clean, but this little area they don't come over to that often because it's on the side of the house. And the patch of grass is smaller than this area rug right here. It's a little piece, but the dog loves going over there because it's grass. And so I finally say something to him and he's like, oh, I didn't see it there. And it was a couple days before Christmas this past year. So it's been a month and a half. They cleaned it up. He's really nice, by the way. He's just boring. I would just describe him as a very boring person. But other than the dog shit, there's no issue. Other than they have the loudest golf cart in the whole neighborhood, louder than 95% of the cars that go up and down the street. So there's that too. But let's just focus on what is the main thing. Because otherwise, I don't ever want to complain about anybody. I don't want to judge anybody. I want to get along with everyone, but going back to the fear of somebody not being interested in what I'm saying or not liking what I'm saying, like I have this fear of bringing up something that is going to create a ridge with us. Even though this motherfucker's got to clean up his dog shit because he cleaned it up and then new dog shit appeared shortly after we had the conversation and he cleaned it up, and we're talking like right around the new year. So now it's the middle of February and 6 weeks there's fucking piles of dog shit sitting there with mold growing all over it again. And I haven't seen him, but I saw him and his wife cooking out the other day and I'm like, oh, here's my chance. But then I don't want to go out and ruin their nice moment, 5 minutes that they have together in the yard while he's grilling. But I gotta go over and say something again. And these are the motherfucking dog shit neighbors now. It has been so fucking long that the dog shit has been there. I guess you could say that it's driving me crazy, but what's actually driving me crazy is my fear that I'm gonna create a rift because they just moved in less than a year ago. This is my issue. I got dog shit neighbors who fucking don't pick up their dog shit. And I gotta go over and say something to them, but it's been so long at this point that I just feel like I'm gonna go over and just be like, you're the dog shit neighbor. You know, cause like it'll just boil, instead of me just saying, pick up your dog shit, please, and you gotta keep, cause we share the area. You know, between the houses is probably like 5 meters, like 15 feet of space, so 7.5 on each side. The dog shit's not getting picked up unless I say something. And you know, the thing is, my life must be really, really good if this is the thing that's bugging me, right? I must have the best life ever. Let's go out and look. How you doing?
Tired, but good.
It's a nice day today though.
It is.
I saw the temperature in New York today. Not good, but pretty nice here.
You're gonna rub it in everybody's face.
Rubbing it in the faces of the camera. Sorry, camera.
I prefer the dip, the double IPA. It's got a smoother, mellower taste. It's more like a whiskey or a scotch than a beer. Or of the beer world. You know?
I just think you're really cute.
Thank you.
That was the very first time in forever going out with me. Like old times.
Clearly, just like old times.
Just like old times.
It's thundering and lightning. We gotta
go.
get going.
Gotta go.